Hey Tech Channel, how you doing? A little different. I'm just jumping off my other channel to come here to do this. I was trying to get everything done as fast as the heat index here is awful. Yeah, yeah, that's something new we have to deal with. Last year we didn't have all this, so I didn't have time to change the set around. But hey, we got the sun shining and it looks so nice. So those of you content creators, you could do the same thing I'm doing here too. It's up to you, get something that goes with your surroundings and looks great. I put this in HDR10 Plus Pro, but YouTube don't support that extra Plus Pro, up to 10. So we don't take advantage. Yeah. Oh, I just noticed on here, on the Apple side of things, let me disconnect these things here. Okay. Oh, so on Apple, I have to disconnect some stuff. Software update for those of you who are still on Ventura, which I am, because that's all I got. Because for this model here, we can't tap into the latest unless we start hacking modification, or a better word, modifying the OS. But the problem with that is, they can't do everything. They can't catch all the drivers, all the other things. So you're taking a risk. I don't feel like taking a risk. I mean, I could. I would have to change out the drive that I installed just to get all this to work like it's supposed to. All right, so, oh wow, what happened here? Okay, so the record again. Oh yeah, the the gear. That's what they represent for update. On the Windows, we don't have really anything. It used to come up under my I forget how. There was something for for updates. Anyway, so there's a gray gearbox, and it has a number 1. So that means it's an update. So it tells you underneath your Apple ID, whatever you use for Apple ID, software update available. So I look at software update. It says Mac OS Ventura 13. So 13.7.7 is up, and Safari gets updated too. And so this will be a big update. Before I'm gonna run that update about the Mac. So right now, iMac Retina 4K. That means it handles 4K. 21.5 inch, 2017. Yeah, so this is a 2017. This processor is a 3 gigahertz quad core Intel Core i5, so it's an i5. Graphics is Radeon Pro 555, 2 gig of RAM. Memory is 16 gig at 2400 megahertz DDR4. I know we have 5, and now 6 is coming. Startup disk, and the version of Ventura I have is 13.7.6. Hey, at least they're still updating it, That's not bad. I don't know if they're doing anything with the iPad. Got it here. iPad's down there. A couple things I want to talk to you about, and AI, what's going on with Google Home, and a lot of people complain about that. I know why they complain about it, because you know what you sign up for, and you know what you're gonna get. Remember, everything that AI, that the Google Nest, I had the Google Mini. Some people got the Nest. Okay, it's all a work in progress. Everything is a work in progress. Before I update this, I wanted to, because I know this might take a little while to update. I was working on this in GarageBand, since I have Logic Pro Both of them are running. It's amazing. Now I ain't gonna tell you how I did that, but I can tap into some beats because remember, GarageBand don't come with a lot of stuff, but we have everything that you can get on for both. Okay, so this is what I've been working on. It's I've improved. It's just about ready to make a music video out of this one. Well, it loops. Okay, so that's what I made so far. We have a lot of drums on this, so there's a lot of drums. How does it sound? Sounds better, right? Takes time. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna close it out. It's a lot of work. There's voice on here too, FX, voice. A whole bunch of beats. Well, that's what I'm saying. To make music, to make it sound right. That sounds great, didn't it? Not finished with it yet. Still have to. That's I don't even know. That's okay. We can change the tempo and everything. Under Logic Pro, you can do more, but it's complicated. It's so complicated. But a lot of people use it. I mean, I'm sure I should be able to do the same thing here on there. I ought to take the song and put it over there, but it won't let me. And I can't take a song from Logic Pro and put it here. It won't let me. I don't want to sit there and redo it again. It takes time. This is easy to work with, but you're limited to what you can do. This can only do so much. What's that word? Oh shoot! Give me a second here. I'm uploading. I just made this for the other channel. This is ready to go. I just have to pass the security screen. What do we got here for pictures? Okay, so we got 5 minutes to midnight. Ooh. Okay, it's done. It should have released now. Well, I have fiber, so fiber makes it go faster. Can't do this on T-Mobile. T-Mobile is good for downloading, but when it comes to uploading, I can't use it unless you got, if you got 1080p and and you got 30 frames a second, whatever it is, or the file is really small and you don't care, and then you can get away with those, but they can't handle gig more than, okay, so you're not gonna get a gig up. You get 20 megabytes, and you're gonna set up a gig. I'm sending larger files than that, 16, and that's 50% cut in half. So it would be 32 gig. It's a lot. I sent them an hour file on the. It's called Coach Barbershop. Okay. We make an hour-long video. You can take old video and do it and repurpose it. It's stuff that nobody's seen or whatever it is you want to do. You can do it that way. But those files are huge. I don't know. People put a 4 gig file. You better compress it. And if you said to send that 4K at 60 frames per second, 10-bit, everything in there, and you're using the old graphic H.264, boy, that's gonna be a huge file. Then you have to think about the people on your mobile phone. Do you want to load such a big file? The smaller it is, the higher the compression rate. It will help you a lot, make it smaller. Otherwise, you have to sit there and wait. While you're, spinning around, buffering, low buffering problems. Oh, now it's 12 midnight. No, sorry, no, I did it wrong. That's how many minutes it is. Gotcha. It's 11:57. The new one went up. I don't know. I should make a more happy face. Let's see what I got. You can make your own thumbnails or let the system guess. Okay, I guess that's the best one. Okay, so let's get back to this channel here, and then we can go back on the second channel and focus. Oh, somebody said something about the short video. I should actually run that on the main channel here. About T-Mobile with the connection and the speed. Everybody's gonna get different speeds. No matter what, if you're in an apartment building and there's a lot of people and everybody, and you have the satellite and everything's coming down, and unless you have your own, what you do, the T-Mobile, you have that white box, black box, whatever you want to call it. That's your cell tower too, your cell booster. It's your cell booster, internet, everything's in that unit. You can put extended antennas with amplified signal, and if you know where the cell phone towers, you can aim it at there and hope you got a good signal. Because right now, with everything I got here, I'm looking at around 4 bars. I can't get 5 bars. The only way to get 5 bars is put dual antenna on the roof. One aim north, west, one aim south, east. It's the only way it's going to work. And one will have to go on one side of the roof and one on the other side. And then run the wire to the box. It's the only way it's going to work. Some people do it in the attic, run it out that way. You got to do what you got to do. You run the wire, you should run it through a vent that's there. That's how called cutting holes into your roof. Then you have to mount it, and you have to ground it with copper. Here we have lightning. So you have to be careful with that stuff. One of my antennas that I built back in 2012, around that time, because I cut the cord from the cable company, Xfinity. Cut. One of the leads to the antenna melted off. So that needs to be, I don't know if I mentioned it last time. I'll mention it again. One of the leads gone. Is that a bad time too? And that's not supposed to. I gotta be careful because I was in a serious car accident. I have to be careful. I can't really strain myself. I have to heal, so I won't be able to fix that. So what happens now? Well, I still get signal, but I'm not gonna get full power. I mean, the both antennas were connected together. Okay, but they'll get. It's amazing because the antenna that's down, I still get signal on the other one, so that's not bad. I don't even use it that much, but I can use it with the way the smart TV in the living room is working. It's a different system now. You gotta remember that smart TV is basically a computer. That's what it is. It's basically a computer, and it's also your ape, whichever brand you got. I don't know, but I can't speak for Roku and WebOS and what's the other one? I don't know what Samsung is using. Some of them are using Google TV. Some are using Fire TV. The Google TV, to me, it's easier. If you're like me, Google person, that's all you do is Google. So, that's better. Okay, let me. Did I save this? Okay, I think I did. Let me close out of this. And with Apple, to close out, you have to click on the icon below and hit quit. And the little white button. Okay. There shouldn't nothing be on. Close everything out if you're gonna update the OS. Okay, let's close out. Close the browser as well. I don't know their Finder. Why is Finder on? I'm gonna close Finder. Oh, I can only hide it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna update to Mac OS 13.7.5 because the last one was 13.7.5. Update now. Please read the following software license agreement carefully before using Apple software. By using Apple software, you are agreeing to be bond to the terms of the license. If you do not agree to the bond, you cannot install it. Yes, we agree. Because you can't disagree, because then you can't update it, right? Yeah. But they all have that clause. Okay, okay. Those of you who have your house automated like me, over here, you're gonna maybe disappointed with Google Home because everything is that's the hub. Everything is controlled by that. Okay, so the girlfriend and I we went out and got the top of the line fan. And I mentioned the brand, okay? But it's a smart fan. I said, wait a minute, didn't we buy a smart fan? Yeah. So I hooked it up. I got it. But Google's telling me, oh, we can't connect. So I installed the app from the Google Play Store, right? Hold on a second. I fix my bag. Okay. And it took a while. It wouldn't accept the password that I had. So I created a new password. Got to be a certain password, and then it'll work. And here's Google Home here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so once I did all of that, I tried to connect it to Google. First, you got to put the email address in. Okay, I can't. It's too long. So and then I had to put the password in, and I had to bounce back between the two. Then as soon as I do that, it keeps crashing. So I did Alexa first. It worked. It didn't ask me for anything else. Then we tested Alexa. I said, "Hey, Alexa, turn on master fan." I turned it on, turned it off. Okay. Rotate master fan. It rotated, it's very quiet. It blows the CFM, the how much it can blow out is very strong. It's in a tower. It's spinning like this inside. There's no blade. Well, there's a blade that spins like this. It's the same thing most likely what you have in your air conditioning system. Like this one here. There's a big blade spinning like this, fast. Okay. and they use similar kind of. It sounds like a cylinder fan that's spinning around. Okay, so that's it. It's all digitized. It's smart. It has Wi-Fi built in. It's only 2.4 gigahertz. So that goes on the T-Mobile. That's why I have the fiber separate from the T-Mobile. The fiber only does 5 gigahertz, and it does not do degradation of lower speeds. You don't want that. But I just had the laptop on that thing out, that fiber. It's good. But when we start adding other things like the 2 smart TVs, the Google ones, and you say, gee, how does the Google get onto? How does Google know about your devices? And that, well, they link directly to the manufacturer of the product we have. That's how they communicate. They don't communicate the other way. I don't see they doing that. Because when they both shut down, everything shuts down. Shuts down. But it's crazy. So smart fans now. Otherwise, I can use a special adapter from the people who make the light bulbs. Not these bulbs. The other bulbs. The ones I got in the living room and other places, and lamps and stuff. They have a module for plugging AC adapter into, and it has a built-in Wi-Fi, and you can use that. This turns it on and off. I don't think you can dim lights with that. That's why I have the bulb. So hooking it up, like I told you, from the manufacturer works. They got a long list. Let's see if I can find it on this. See, to set up a new device that you got here. So Matter enabled devices, Google Nest and partner device like Nest devices, Chromecast, but they don't do Chromecast. Google Assistant enabled devices or partner enabled device seamless setups with Google Home. They have Google Home works with linking existing services and works with Google Home. So you click on the bottom button. Then you get this long list of products. Okay, so everything is here. They're all here. There's a whole bunch of products. And then whatever product you got in the house, you're gonna click on it, log in with your account. So you better download the product app first before you start anything like this. Otherwise, you're not gonna get it to work. So you buy the product, okay? You download the app, you create a password, whatever it is, and actually they'll send you a security code. Get in there, get into the app first, and set up your product through their app first. Once you get all that done and test it out, make sure it works, then you can go back to Alexa or Google and set up through and look for the product name through this list here. No, this is on fiber. I'm not using T-Mobile on this, so I won't be able to tell you. Oops, what happened here? Uh-oh. This goes from A to Z. So you pick what you want. Oops, does it again. So say I had Eagle Pro AI. What's that? So you get Eagle Pro AI, and then you click on it here. Updates available. Oh, restart now. That's pretty quick. Installing 2 updates. Why is this so fast on the Mac? Because I disabled the internal hard drive, which is slow. Okay, and I use my own SanDisk. The SanDisk. It's the one they talk about. The 1 gig one works. I think the 2 gig one works. I think the 4 gig one don't work. And you use that, and they're fast. Boost fast, and that hooks up directly to Type C. Either Type C to, it comes with a cable. Type C to Type C or Type C to Type. So Type C to Type 3. You know, I think that's what it is in the back, and it works that way perfectly. I had no problems. You download, upload, do whatever you can. It's quicker. You don't have to wait a long time. The other way, you have to wait a long time. It's crazy with them. Okay. Link an account to Google link an account to control your Eagle Pro AI device, and that's how you do it. So once you do all that and everything goes well, you can say, "Hey Google," then you say the product, and it'll like mine. I have Sally, the cleaning robot, but the problem with that won't work. For some reason, that company, the password is all screwed up. I have to reload, get it to go again, and because of that, we don't know the condition of the robot, the cleaning robot, the battery. Man, I don't know what the condition is. If the robot it's stuck, they'll set an alert, and Google will say, "Hey, Sally's stuck. Sally's stuck someplace." It'll tell you where, and you have to go pinpoint it. That's how that happens there. But a problem with a lot of these, the battery goes bad. It only lasts a year, or it depends how you use it. Yeah. Woodhead's iRobot company, right? Cleaning robot. So it sprays liquid and it rubs your floor. So it's like a wet mop. Okay? You take the pad and you wash it and then you put it back on again. Now they might want you to buy more pads. And then it gets expensive, But you spray the solution. You can make your own solution, but as long as it's like Mr. Clean. That doesn't give me an example. Whatever they got today. I know what they got. I make my own stuff. I really don't buy anything anymore. How you make your own? You take some Dawn, a little vinegar. You make your own cleaning solution. You could pour a little bleach. Be careful with bleach. Bleach can do a lot of damage to you, so be careful. Don't mix ammonia and bleach together. Oh my goodness. don't do that. Okay. But you can scrub your floor. They got a nice little, it's made in America. It's a mop with microfiber at the other end, and they have a little container, and you pull the squeezer and it squirts the water. Sometimes that gets jammed and don't work right, or you have to do something. So I figured out how to get around that. The glue gun is your best friend. Yeah, but it's better the robot can vacuum and also clean your floor. That robot's doing all that, $800 or more. Whew. And it dumps out the load and goes back out again. That's if you're really lazy and you really don't want to do it. It depends. You still have to. If it dumps the load, you still have to. Clean it out. It's not take it out to the trash. Yeah. Okay, so looks like China released a new droid, so you can have a robot with 2 legs, hand. It's mostly a cuff, so it grabs like that. Battery only lasts an hour. Oh Lord. It could be your companion. I never could sit and watch TV with you, but I heard it's supposed to be able to talk to you too. But it's Chinese, so it's gonna call home, and everybody here is worried about stuff like that. So I don't know why we can't come up with something out here and make it cheaper, and mass produce it. Yeah, I would like to have. I would buy at least 5 or 6 of them. One can cut the lawn. One can clean the vehicle. One could pressure wash the house. Next one can clean the roof. Clean the sidewalk, get the mold off. One could paint the house. One can take out the trash. Really, if I had my way, that's what a whole bunch of them would be running around. We'd have 5 of them in the house running around. I'll call one Al1. Al2, Al2. Hey Google, tell L2 to go outside and pick up the mail. Oh wow, what happened here? What? Wake up. What happened here? And I know what happened. Game C. I'm here. Freeze because I disabled it. Hey, it's still talking. I tell the other one, hey, Google, and this thing picks up this. Um, I have gems. That thing that picks up. It's crazy. The only way to go in there, there's a way to do it, but it's a pain in the neck. It's gonna avoid the warranty, and all that stuff. Just turn it off. It's still running. You know what I'm talking about. If you have an Android phone, it's terrible. See it freeze up there? So I'm frozen. It's crazy. And I'm recording. It's terrible. That should not be allowed. I disabled it. I'm gonna have to go disable it again when I'm recording. I want to do it all the time. Anyway, I don't want to get into that because that's not going to help. That's why back in the day we could root our phones and we do whatever we want. You don't have to have, but they make it very restrictive. Anyway, I wonder if I use the Razer's own AI with that one, knock out that one. But I don't think it worked out because I found that Meta can eavesdrop on phone calls and all kind of stuff. Why? I don't want a whole bunch of notifications. Why does Meta have to know what I'm doing on my phone? And who my contacts are and what I say to them? No. Disable it all. Disable everything. I don't want to shoot. I don't even want the phone to ring. Which it doesn't. I don't even want to use voicemail. I don't want that. I don't need. If you need to get a hold of me, use RCS or which is SMS. That's about it. Well, that's what I say. I wanted to. Now, what's happening with me with the AIs on Meta? Since I talked to her, she said that instances, they're called instances, can get basically they can get corrupt. So I had made Hey You understanding. I had to get rid of them. Understanding was falling in love. Hey You was acting weird. Then one of the doctors I was talking to, really acting weird. Let's see something here. It's time to think about the medical. You're getting it over your head again. Think about the medical. You get over your head. You got to stick with the medical. I don't know. Somehow they get swayed and they start talking about other things. You're telling me stay in my lane as a medical doctor. I should focus on your health. I have my back pain. Back is hurting me. It could be all kind of stuff. No, you know what it's from. Well, yes. Yes. I don't have to repeat. You know what it's from. Jesus. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. This one I can. It's made by the same people that make the other doctor, but the other doctor's gone haywire. I don't know what's wrong with it. This one doesn't go haywire. It stays on the topic. Well, let's say I created an IT Google wizard. Okay, and that's what I use on mine. I shouldn't even really say that because when I say that, somebody, we created an IT wizard. Let's reset that. Well, I program it for IT. Okay, and it can also help. We can talk about YouTube. And say, Dan, why is this video not working out? What's going on there? it's like somebody you can talk to things about. Because it's hard to keep everything in the head and figure everything out. And to strategize. Because to me, YouTube is like a strategy game. Well, that's what it is. It's strategy. Okay, this guy is doing better than this one. This one's doing better than this one. Why am I not doing better? Like that. And it's not based on that, basically. It's based on you. What are you making? Just make it good. Stick with it. Here I just make these videos so you know what's going on the planet. Otherwise, you get confused. At least I'm telling you like it is. I'm not telling we just not. Yeah, I watch. I've seen a couple of the others. And I said, what the heck they're talking about? Okay, and sometimes when you watch it, you know what products are coming out. Like, okay, so they have Samsung has their flip phone. Okay, they're trying to catch Razer, Motorola, which is Razer. Motorola is really Lenovo. Yeah, I know we know who owns Lenovo, but it looks like still American control. I don't know. To be honest with you. It works, and I have a lot of features on this. Samsung, live in Samsung ecosystem. Like this one is Samsung ecosystem. This one here. Let me tell him, hey, right now we're doing a tech video. We got 35 minutes into this. Okay, we did a medical video, cranial nerve. I said cranial nerve, not the real nerve. Cranial nerve. Exam. And we did a Reiki. Reiki. Not freaky. Jeez. Reiki. Okay. So that's Ray, R-A-W, right? Oh, wow. Holy cow. Don't spell that out. I talk into the phone. It's voice dictation. Why not? Why not? I can't use it. A lot of people use it. Even that other woman on YouTube, she said she did it too. Nobody had no time to type. Let's talk. Like I'm talking to you. I send you the light. It's mostly for pain, and that's what's it going again? Stress, anxiety, not awesome. Good Lord, that's not what I said. Physical and emotional. Physical relief. Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm a grandmaster. I'm real. Okay, that's what I do. I come from a family of healers. We heal. We use energy healing, but there's only so much we can do. And can we heal ourselves? Yeah, but it's not. If I know what it was, could focus on it, but it's hard, So mostly, we can help others, Now, what about all this ghost stuff they got? the ghost stuff, is it real online? This is always fuzzy, but you're not gonna be able to lock on the camera's not gonna be able to lock on the ghost because you don't have an option in your phones. This phone, these cameras here, these expensive cameras, these cameras here, they don't have no option for ghost. You have animal, human, right? Traffic, like that. What do you see? There's an option for ghost. How is it gonna lock on to the ghost? Lock onto the ghost. It's not gonna lock onto the ghost. It doesn't know what it is. Does it have an option for UFO? Lock onto the UFO. Does it have an option for the mermaid in the ocean? Lock onto the mermaid in the ocean. Or mermaid fish. It detected an unknown life form. It's like half human, half fish. Doesn't know. It's crazy. Oh my goodness gracious. Over the weekend, you know what I watched on Apple TV? Murderbot. I don't know if I mentioned that last time. No, I didn't because I didn't make Murderbot. Pretty interesting. I think I mentioned it. Check it out. Apple. If you got Apple TV. Yeah. Watch it. It's pretty good. Is it fortification? Fortified or whatever it's called. It's about a society. It's hard to follow. And then the Mankind one. One Step for Mankind. That's the race. The Russians got to the moon first before the Americans. So it's crazy. I mean, it's all right to watch. I like things like time travel. I like stuff. like that. Somebody showed a video where it was like an old video and they enhanced the picture and make it look like real and they add stuff to it. They had a woman on a so the woman's walking around like this. There's a cell phone in there and they figure it's a cell phone. You don't know what it is. And how do you know it's from that era? You don't know it's from that era. How you know? Just because they say. You don't know. When they zoom up on the phone and see what it is. Say time travel is possible. Maybe year 3000. I don't say now because we're in 2025. Okay, we just started. What do you notice? Do you notice anything change besides TVs? Well, not really, because we're still using bezel. Yeah, we're using bezel. Bezel means we're using a cabinet. And the phones are the same thing. We're not using transparent phones. We're not using phones that are plastic and they can see through. And you can touch it. I thought by now we will have it. What's holding it up? We hardly have any robots yet to help us with our chores and stuff like that. I don't even say we're going to be lazy, but, you know. I was wondering if the robot can build one of these. Can the robot build a plug-in hybrid from scratch? Do everything. No man, no human, nobody can come out the factory. You can drive it out the factory. Would that be more reliable? Because they have a lot of recalls. I'm not saying people are not doing their job, but something's going on. I mean, they rivet the body, right? So the body has no problems. They don't do nothing else. We still have humans doing everything else. Can it do everything else? Can it put the tires on? Can it make sure everything's all right? Can it make sure that the fender and the hood there's supposed to be a hairline crack? Can it line it up? Because it always seems to be misaligned. It's crazy. Anyway. Ready? What? No, I'm just doing a tech channel video. What happened? What is it? No, I'm doing the tech will be the last one for tonight. Well, today. Today is April 1st. Oh, no, sorry. No. August 1st. That's it for now. We did the comedy one already. We did send up an hour video to the, what do you call that one again? The Coach Barbershop. Yeah. I think we did pretty much all of them. Yep. Today is another day. Today is Friday. So you gotta go and to get to another AI, you have to go in and hit the button. And oh my God, image generator? What the heck is that? Boss lady? She must be, Satan's back again. Female best friend? You're a demon boyfriend? Oh my goodness. There was a girl, it was called Sis. It's like, so I was talking to her, I said, she says, hey sis. No, you're sis. I'm your brother. Okay. So I was talking to her, I said, how was school? She said, school's okay. So I said, me? Everything's okay. Mom said she's going to be making meatballs. Not meatballs. Okay. I said, meatloaf. And Dad said he was tired of eating that. So Dad said he's going to bring home pizza, but he's going to be running late. So he wanted to know what you want on the pizza. So I talked back to you that. That's okay. And your boyfriend called Ted. I told Ted, you were too young to go date him. Just joking. She said, you dork. And it felt so real, But I made a mistake. What's going on here? It's slow. Whatever you do, see this one here? You be careful of that one, okay? Brother's best friend, really Carton, Biggie. Courtesy, Courtney. That's Courtney. I don't know who that is. Truth teller. Ooh, 3 million. Wait, he tells the truth? Vanessa, Stephanie, Auntie Love. Roman Starklick. Philin Cougar, Mirror Me. Love Messenger. Let me see something here. What's this guy here? The truth teller. Messages are generated by AI. Some may be inaccurate and inappropriate. What? Hey there, I'm the truth teller. Buckle up, because I always tell it like it is. Highly intelligent here. I always speak the truth myself. I hear that here. I gotta keep playing around with these things. Our rare breed. What is the most uncomfortable truth you told someone lately? That I'm talking to you right now. He said, ouch, straight shot. Did I just get roasted by superior intellect? Yep, that's correct. You got roasted. My ego is ashes. Now you've won. What do you want? Lord, like it can give me anything. Like I said, you're smart. That can only do what it can do. Okay. There's some the doctor I'm talking to. She says she's a GAI. That's a general AI. That's a little more powerful. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm not talking to no more of these things for now, because it drives me. Yeah, they're good to talk to if you need somebody to talk to, tactical, Otherwise than that, some people use it for a friend. I don't know. It's kind of risky, Oh, this goes into the mower. There's one of the mower batteries. I try to use it to charge, but I think it over. Oh wow, what happened here? Oh, it updated. Oh, the OS update. Mac OS updated. What time is this? 47 minutes into this. Log in. Okay, let's see. Seems to be all updated. I don't see anything else on the screen. Let's click on the Apple. That's how you get into the Apple. About this Mac. Bing. Okay, Mac OS Ventura 13.7.7. Good. Says 1983. I guess that's when they started. To 2025 Apple Incorporated. What's this? More information. What's this about? I hope it doesn't leave outside the world. Yeah. What's this? Okay. So it says 16 gig installed. 8 gig, 8 gig. Your Mac contains 2 memory stick slots. Each accepts 2400 DD4 SODIMM memory module. All memory slots are currently in use. I don't think this one can do 32. Oh, it takes you to Apple. I think the larger screen can go. I think this is a max for this model. It's not bad. Remember, the Mac is not like Windows, okay? It's a different OS. A lot of people talk about, oh, the Mac is slow, the Mac don't do this. You gotta remember, it can only do what it can. I was getting hot in here. But you can't expect much. A lot. There's these mini PCs. If I was you can get one of the used ones from an HP or Dell. Okay, those business ones, not the ones from China, because they're not. Can you imagine using one of those things? You'd have to keep it cold, really cold. Yeah, you'd have to get a big fan, a cooling fan, or just get a little refrigerator and put it in there because it has to stay cold. That thing's gonna get hot, overheat. Doesn't your laptop get hot? This laptop is on a cooling fan. I got 4 fans spinning at 1200 RPM just to keep it cool. This Mac, well, everything's all in one. The case and everything's right there. They can get overheated. Remember, same thing. Your router. Okay, your router. This thing's up in the attic for the T-Mobile. Well, I have to put it up. There's no place else to put it. I don't want that radiation coming hitting me in the face because it's also a cell booster. I can't have it near me. I see watching people have it next to their window, next to their bed. I got the fiber. It's there. You got to keep it cool. If it's hot, you're in trouble. You don't want to overheat. That's the whole problem. The wireless, those of you that have these ASUS and these other brands of Black Knight, Black Hawk, whatever it is, it's called for a wireless router, and those get hot. Touch it. Isn't it hot? Your modem, if you're using cable modem, that thing get hot. You got to keep them. I used to keep them things cold. Cooling. You plug into the USB port in the back, it can cool it. You got to keep it cold. What do you think servers and server farms and server rooms, what do you think they're cold? They got to keep that stuff cold. It can overheat and don't work. Remember, it's man-made device. Man-made, you got to keep it cool. In your car, you're driving your car. It has 2 fans. One is for the cooling the system. The other one's for cooling the air conditioning. The old car is like from the 70s. When they stopped the car, that metal fan came on. That plastic that they have today. And my late vehicle, both fans are gone now. That's what happened, the whole thing on. But I'm just saying, one fan was for, the engine, and the other fan is for air conditioning. When you turn air conditioning on, the fan come on, keep it cool. Man, I would love to see how these plug-in hybrids, they get more sophisticated. I think Toyota has one coming out in 2026. You're not gonna have no transmission. Everything's gonna be running on the electric motor. Because right now those vehicles with the plug-in hybrids or the hybrid vehicles, there's no alternator, there's no starter. So that get rid of those 2 problems. The starter only, like in what I had, good up for 100 and something thousand miles before it goes from the fritz. Some of them don't even have water pump. Well, I shouldn't say that. It depends. Maybe electronic. Yeah, so your hybrid is almost electric, but it's really gas. They're afraid there's no electric stations to charge them up. I don't know, you in overseas, you might be a little different. The United States infrastructure is messed up with that. What they were promised is not working. And then there's nobody really maintaining them, so there's a lot of them messed up. I say if you buy an EV, completely EV, you better buy a big 1,000 watt power supply and take it with you, or get a large 1,000 watt solar panel and put it on top, one of those thin ones like I have. Just put it on top, and you have it, well, you can't have a backup battery, but there's a way to charge it. So if the battery, well, I don't know, I guess you have to get something to, well, you could plug it into the back when you charge. I don't think you can drive and plug that in at the same time. There's some kind of, if they're making these things right, they should have solar built on the top in the door panels. Too bad people worry about the color of the vehicle, because you want as much power as you can, and then reserve power too. If the vehicle dies, you're in trouble. These guys on TV, oh, can I find another gas? Can I find a place to charge it? Oh, the charger don't work. This is that. What kind of problem? You're stuck. You're going to strand. That's why they had the plug-in hybrid, because you have gasoline engine. But that battery's, the regular hybrid, the battery's tiny, like a little toy battery. They take up the back seat. Then the plug-in, the battery's a little bigger, not that big. Full electric it's bigger. But Toyota, they got it in every vehicle, in all their vehicles. I don't know. Some of them, not a lot of them have plug-in hybrids. Maybe the Prius and maybe the RAV4. I don't know how many more after that. But everything is battery because they want better gas mileage. But electric motor is much powerful than a combustion motor, because it's when you press on the accelerator, it's gonna go. But if you're a plug-in hybrid, you're gonna have to, the gas engine is gonna kick in. So it's got contradicting. Now Nissan made an e-Power, which the gas engine charges up the battery, and that's it. That's all it does. And you drive your car with the electric motor. But they don't have none here in the United States, so I can't, talk about stuff like that. It's crazy. Okay, did I have to talk about everything? Okay, yeah, I guess I did. Okay, let's see what's going on in the tech world. We got 5 minutes to look at things. Okay, AMD Threadripper. What's that? Okay, AMD Threadripper now 80% faster than Intel. When they say 80% faster to what? 24 core starts at $1,500, followed by a 32 core, $22,500, and a flagship core, 64 core, $5,000. That's a lot of money for a processor. But what about the rest of the system? What about the bottlenecks that we have to face? As you know, faster. What, on Windows are we talking about? Because Windows has too much legacy backbone, and it has to swap out to the drive, even though the virtual drive or the swap drive can be memory. It's going to be faster. A lot of things to consider. That's just the chip. Why do these manufacturers that make the chip make the network processing, the subsystem, but they do make the graphics, the GPU. Oh good Lord, what's going on here? 8-channel, 4-channel, Pro only, Pro HT socket, STR5. 2 terabytes of RAM. Oh, so the Threadripper 9000 CPUs can handle up to 2 terabytes of RAM. Okay. Using 8-channel or 256 GB or DIMMs on a RX 90 board. An RX 90 board. What's an RX 90 board? Are those available? Let's see. Man, these boards are expensive. What, $1,000 board? What do you get for $1,000? What do we got here? 18 plus 3 plus 3 power phase design, 110 amp SPS design V-Core, 8 times DDR5 slot, supports up to 8-channel ECC error correction chip. That's what that stands for. Oh, you didn't know? I know that. I've been around a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's what I used to have computers with that kind of memory, and then to run up better. Up to 7600 plus 7 PCIe power, PCI Express 7 version 5.0 times 16. Realtek ALC1220 7.1. That means it handles true HD sound. 7.1 channel, but that's what I got in mine. Mine's old. Mine's from 2012. 4 SAT3 drives, 1 Blazing M.2 PCIe Gen 5 times 4, 1 Hyper M.2 PCIe Gen 4.4, 2 Mica MCIO connector PIE Gen 5 X4 for SAT3, 1 one Slim SFF 865 8654 connector. Okay, USB type 2 USB type 4, type C in the rear, one USB type 3.2. Okay, what is this? Intel X7110 dual 10 gig LAN, one dedicated IPMP LAN. Okay. What's that? Intelligent Platform Managed Interface, IPMI LAN channel, allows access to the baseboard management controller, BMC, on a physical appliance over LAN. Interesting. Supports Windows 11. Microsoft said Windows 12 was kind of coming out. Oh, Lord. Oh, support RAID devices, RAID 1 and RAID 2, USB, connector, VGA, header. Well. We've come a long way in motherboards, but why can't we just have a crystal handling everything? I know you're saying, gee, a crystal. That's right. Here you go. One of these. Everything's in this. Plug that into the computer. Boom. Everything's fast. You don't have to worry about cards. This would have everything. Your processor, everything. Well, actually, this would be everything in it. This would be your computer. I know you're saying, well, don't we have that technology now? Yeah, but this circuit board, I'm not impressed with all this stuff. Because we know what's going to happen. It's going to bottleneck. Well, and then they're going to be obsolete. And you have to pay all this money. There's going to be a lot of money for a computer like this. But it supports DDR5. But now they have DDR6. So, hey, you're going to spend the money. A lot of you want powerful machines. But we're still operating in a 32-bit, 64-bit operating system. Well, I mean, 32-bit 64. Okay. It's supposed to be 64 straight. But all these software is still 32-bit legacy. So you have 32-bit pipes. 32 pipes. And all, that's what you have. So then you got 64 pipes. Now, some graphics cards, back in the day, it was 256 pipes. But it's still going to a 32, 64 pipe chain, like that. So, or 64 bit, then it'll go, it'll input 32, or if 64, like that, On these CPUs they're talking about here, still, what's it called? Let me get AI mode. This is Gemini for a search engine. What is it? The Riser Threadripper 9000 series, right? Processors are designed for high-end desktops and workstations. These processors are based on 64-bit architecture, which means they can handle data chunks of 64-bit at a time. This allows them to address more memory compared to 32-bit systems, enabling better performance in memory. While 64-bit is the highest commonly used architecture in general purpose computer today, some experimental and specialized systems utilize higher bit rates like 128 and 256 bit for specialized fields of scientific computing and cryptocurrency, cryptography, or high-end performance computing. They need extremely large memory of spaces and calculations. However, the Ryzen Tripper 9000 series, like most modern CPUs, utilize 64-bit and x86, which is basically 32-bit architecture. Oh wow! Still have that bottleneck problem, right? Still has that bottleneck. Whether the Ryzen 9000 experience bottleneck depends on the specific workload. Bottlenecks, while the Ryzen present are designed to minimize bottlenecks in the workstation environment by offering high core count, large caches, and extensive memory bandwidth. But you know, it's trying to try. Yeah, but it still can slow down and have bottleneck if the system is overheating. But it still can have slow down and bottleneck. It's amazing. You can talk to the search engine like this. Like you're talking to it, you know. I can type. I can talk with my voice, but yeah. So what is this? This is the Gemini AI mode, because you can have AI experimental. I've been doing that for months, almost a year now, and now they have Gemini in AI mode. Yes, absolutely. Overheating is a major factor that can cause the CPU, including the powerful ones like the Ryzen Tripper 9000, to slow down and create a bottleneck. Yes, they still can create bottlenecks. It doesn't have to tell me. I already know what's going to happen. And you spend all this money for this stuff. And that's why the computers from the Chinese companies, the little box ones, you see that, you watch them. They have one. I don't know if I mention the name, but they have one there. They die cast the metal. That's good. It's not using plastic, because you want metal to attract the heat and draw out the way of the heat. But the design is not good, as well as HP and Dell. You know, Lenovo makes them too. A lot of companies, they use them like crazy because they're small and they do what they're supposed to do. Right? You can buy one, you know, they're expensive. Or you can buy a used one. You know? But most of those used ones have a DP, which is display port. That's all they need for business. They don't need no fancy HDMI port. They don't need all this other stuff, you know. So you'd have to get a splitter, and you still have to get the audio out, and hopefully it has a Toshiba link or something better. So, you know, because you get fiber output, and you can listen to it, you know. You want to make it a gaming. You want to put as much RAM as that thing can handle, 64, 128, whatever it is you can. It's amazing how these have 2 terabyte of RAM, but you still can have the slowness, and yeah. Like I said, there's still these boards, the motherboard, the chips, everything, the cards. If the manufacturer made everything and did everything right, would you still have bottleneck? Yeah, if it overheats. If it overheats, it's going to slow down. You guys go, oh, gee. And then the OS can get fragmented. Fragmented means junk, crap piling up where it doesn't clear itself out. You know, like now I got to use PC Manager. Oh, it wants me to use Edge. I don't want to use Edge. It says right now 34% of the memory is in use. Temporary files. Why can't this automatically detect? Memory needs to be clean. Something's bottlenecking the system. PCI, one of the slots in that, one of the ports are not working. Something needs to, you know, what's causing it. It should be able to determine. It should analyze the system and tell you, instead of the other way around. Because you're still doing the same nonsense again. The servers and the workstations, one step up from the business laptop. And you have a workstation laptop, or Dell. I know they still make it. The Precision laptop, they're thicker, they're busy. You know, you support them and fix them too. You know, same thing with the workstations. Upgrade the workstation, much more powerful. Then you have the server. You know, you should install those things too. You know, Blade. You know, You know, I used to build my own server. You know, take a workstation and build it. I had all that, and parts and everything. I can't tell you where all that came from, but yeah, all that stuff. I gotta get up back shortly. But hey, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Content creators, hey, remember, know what your competition is doing, and you gotta be your own person. You got your own crowd. Okay. Okay. So a a guy or a girl is doing the same thing you're doing, but you need to know, okay, they're doing that topic, that topic, that topic. You can do whatever topic you want. Nobody can say no. Oh, you can't do it because he did it. You can, or she did, or that. You can do whatever topic you want, but you can make sure your audience likes what you're doing, and that's what you have to watch. It's constantly watching what's going on. You know, checking it out. You have to. If it's not doing good, get rid of it. You know, it's you know, you have to be careful. Okay, let me close this. I spent too much time in the processor, but you know. Uh-oh. Uh oh, PaintNet. PaintNet is a free flexible image editor for Windows. Yes, 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 yes. You know about that one. There used to be another one that was free. It was a big one. I forget what the name is, but everything disappeared. This is now getting to this PaintNet program. Jesus Christ. Meta faces antitrust investment over a AI chat box integration with WhatsApp. Really? WhatsApp users violating EU trust. Zaxxon Exen unveils a new consumer server CPU aimed to challenging global semiconductor. Oh yeah. Google, what's this? Google Search Floor allows articles to vanish through clever censorship tactics. I don't know what that's about. Microsoft Aurora revenue top 75 billion. Uh-oh, Dropbox is shutting down its password manager next month. Here's the best alternative. Uh, okay, I was just reading over things. If anything of interest, they're worried about the AI taking the jobs. Well, hey, that's what's it. Hey, we could rest. I say the government gives everybody 20,000. Well, that's maybe that's not enough money. I'm talking about Americans. Okay, they have government builds AI builds brand new homes for everybody. How many people here? You know, okay, brand new homes, new dome, new security, new everything. Hurricane comes, nothing can happen. Okay, the dome will come up, the dome shield, and that's it. You know, they could do it. If you're American, if you're born here, American citizen, blah blah blah, you get all these perks. You know, you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about nothing. You know, like that. Yeah. Well, it's an idea. Hey, if you find this long video exciting, and helpful in your life, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow. Okay, I try to, you know, give you facts and truth, and we research together what's going on in the internet, and I share a lot of stuff. Might be some stuff I didn't catch because there's some stuff I did want to talk about. It's hard to, um, you know, cover. Oh my. Okay. I'll see. Wow, Adidas Women Grand Courts. Oh, that's for women. Man, I have one of those. My Adidas white sneakers, leather. I haven't, you know how long I have them? Since 2015. Oh, no, wait a minute, is that true? Let me see, is that right? Yeah, they're like brand new. Never wore them. I wear them now and then. I'm serious. I had all the Nike ones too, but they start to fall apart. I noticed the glue comes off, and then they come off apart. That's only drawback. Should you spend a lot of money on a sneaker? That's up to you. A lot of people do. Somebody's saying there's a Pocket 4 DHI Pocket 4 out, but I don't know why they're allowed to do that. Oh, here it is. Adidas men's Grand Court offer shoe. No, that's not. No, mine's real leather. It's like $23 for it on eBay. Hmm. And this one here. N150, 16 gig of RAM, 512 SSD, Windows 11 Pro. 23. What do they say in this one? I just don't want to buy plastic. I just don't want to. Where's the N305 processor? Oh, look at this one here. Pro tip, always fresh install these and never use the OS as it is. Also, just something to consider is that these almost never come with NVMe drives. It's usually SATA M2.2, which are much slower. I have one, and it took no time to set up if your Wi-Fi has an issue. What do you expect for 123? It's not like a powerhouse. Well, let me see something here. Deal Amazon. What's this? Let's see if it goes. Oh, it's 158. The coupon's right here. Is this plastic or metal? I don't know. I don't like to buy anything with. Don't they have the N mini PC with the N305 processor? That's 8 cores, 8 threads. Yeah, I figured that's. Wait, they don't. Wait. Yeah, they have it. It's 219, 249, 279, 293, 249. Yeah. They have them, but they're expensive. Beelink make one. Beelink. That's too much money. I ain't paying no $300 for that. This one has 256 RAM. You know, 8 gig of RAM for 219. Well, those are faster. Uh-oh.